Hi everyone, welcome to Sweetpea Seeds Inspirations. My name is Sydney and thank you for joining me in the crochet along for the Rays of Sunshine crochet wrap. This is going to be a two-part tutorial. Part one, I'm going to go over some basic information as far as the yarn goes, and then we will move into the actual tutorial part, which is going to be the trim work that consists of 7 rows. Part 2 will come out on June 16th, 2023. At 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you are watching this after June 16th, 2023, then that link will be down in the description box or in the comment section for you guys. So part one, we are going to do the trim work again that consists of 7 rows, and then part 2 we'll work on the main portion. Now the yarn that I used in this wrap is Yarnbee Wrapsody in the color Brilliant Blonde. Unfortunately, that yarn is now discontinued in the colorway, but you can still find the Yarnbee Wrapsody at Hobby Lobby. It is also a lace weight yarn, so you can use really any kind of lace weight yarn that you prefer, and I highly recommend using a lace weight, but you can also use a sport weight if lace weight is too thin for you. I do recommend not going any further than a sport weight, where this is meant to be worn out in the summer. You want something that is lightweight and also kind of lacy, that gives it the lace look to it. You will need at least 800 to 850 for if you're using a lace yarn. If you're using a sport, you might need a little bit more, but I did 800 to 850 for good measures. So the hook that I ended up using is a 3mm hook. And that's all going to be based on whether you're using a lace weight or a sport weight. I did not do a swatch gauge for this wrap. If you need one, please email me. And I also want to kind of put a warning out there that in the tutorial part for part 1, things might not add up 100%. I had actually got the tutorial fully completed, accidentally deleted it, and then I ended up having to do a little swatch. So if you find that something's not adding up or having a little bit difficulty, please feel free to email me and I can walk you through it or help you and even correct it if other people are finding that issue as well. So I believe that is all the information that I need to really share with you guys. So you can go ahead and chain up 204 chains plus 1, and then we'll go ahead and get started on the first row for our trim work. Row 1, we are going to go to the second chain from the hook and place a single crochet. Go ahead and chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We are going to skip the next 3 stitches, so 1, 2, and 3. We're going to go into that 4th stitch and place a single crochet, and we are going to do a chain 3 picot, so 1, 2, 3, and then we are going to slip stitch back into that single crochet, and that is our chain 3 picot. So that is going to be the repeat for row 1. So again, we are going to chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Go ahead, skip 3, 1, 2, and 3. Single crochet into that 4th stitch and do a chain 3 picot. Once you've got that chain 3, you will slip stitch back into that single crochet, and then we are going to continue the repeat until you get to the end of your chain. So again, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Skip 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and single crochet into that 4th stitch, and then do your chain 3 picot. Continue repeating this until you have reached the end of row 1. When you get to the end of row 1, you should have a single crochet in that very last stitch, and you should have left off with a chain 5 and then a single crochet in that last stitch. So for row 2, we are going to chain up 2 and turn your work. We are going to start off with a single crochet into that chain 5 space, and then we are going to do a chain 3 picot. And then go after you get your chain 3, making sure you slip stitch back into that single crochet to close off your picot. And then we are going to chain 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We're going to go into the next chain 5 space and place a single crochet and do a chain 3 picot. So 1, 2, 3, and making sure you slip stitch back into that single crochet. So go ahead and continue repeating this until you have reached the end of row 2. For row number 2, you should leave off with a single crochet, chain 3 picot, and in that last stitch we are going to place a single crochet. For row number 3, go ahead and chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Go ahead and turn your work. And in the next chain 5 space, we are going to do a single crochet with a chain 3 picot. And we are going to repeat that again for row number 3. So again, chain 5. Go into the next chain 5 space and place a single crochet with a chain 3 picot. So continue repeating this until you get to the end of row 3. For row number 3, you should leave off with a chain 5. And we are going to place a single crochet in that last stitch, which is a single crochet. Go ahead and chain 2. For row number 4, go ahead and turn your work. We're going to place a single crochet with a chain 3 picot in that chain 5 space, and then chain 5 again. Single crochet into the next chain 5 space with a chain 3 picot, and go ahead and continue repeating this for row number 4. Row number 4, you should leave off with a single crochet with a picot, and then you'll go ahead and single crochet into that very last stitch. Now for row number 5, we are going to chain 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Go ahead and turn your work. And we are going to go straight to that chain 5 space and place a single crochet. And then we'll go to the next chain 5 space and place 6 double crochets into that chain 5 space. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So that is going to be the repeat unit. So again, we'll go ahead and chain 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Go to the next chain 5 space and place a single crochet. Go to the next chain 5 space and place 6 double crochets. So your chain 5 space, or your chain 5, is only going to be behind the 6 double crochets. And before the 6 double crochets, you will always have a single crochet. So go ahead and repeat that until you have reached the end of row 5. For row 5, you should leave off with the 6 double crochets, and then in that very last stitch you will place a half double crochet. And for row number 6, we are going to chain up 2, and that is going to count as a single crochet plus 1. So go ahead and turn your work. Now in each of these 6 double crochets, we are going to place a double crochet with a chain 2 in between. So go ahead and place a double crochet with a chain 2 in between of those double crochets in each of the 6 double crochets from the previous row. So you should have 6 double crochets and then 5 of the chain 2 spaces. And once you have a double crochet in each of those stitches, we are going to go ahead and chain 1, and in that chain 5 space we are going to place a single crochet. So that is going to be our repeat unit. So chain 1, and then go ahead and place a double crochet with a chain 2 in between of each of those 6 double crochets. Again, you should have 5 chain 2 spaces with 6 double crochets, and once you have gotten that last double crochet, go ahead and chain 1 and place a single crochet into that chain 5 space. So go ahead and finish off row number 6, and then we can start on the final row for our trim work. You should leave off with a single crochet in that last chain 5 space. And so for row number 7, we are going to chain 2, and that is going to count as a single crochet plus 1. So go ahead and turn your work. And we are going to go to the very first chain 2 space. So we're going to skip that chain 1, that double crochet, and go straight to the chain 2 space, and we are going to place a 3 together double crochet. So go ahead and yarn over once, go into that chain 2 space, draw up a loop, and pull through 2. And we're going to do that 2 more times. So yarn over, go back into that space, draw up a loop, pull through 2. So now you should have 3 loops on your hook. Do that 1 more time. So yarn over, draw up a loop, and then pull through 2. So you should now have 4 loops on your hook. Go ahead and pull through all 4, and we are going to do a chain 3 picot on top of this double crochet 3 together cluster. So go ahead and chain 3 and slip stitch back into that very first chain, and we are going to place a double crochet 3 together cluster in each of those chain 2 spaces with the chain 3 picot on top. So again, go ahead and go to the next chain 2 space, yarn over, go into that space, draw up a loop, and pull through 2. Yarn over, draw up a loop, pull through 2. Yarn over, go into that space, draw up a loop, and pull through 2. Go ahead and pull through all 4, and then do your chain 3 picot. And again, we are going to place that in each of these chain 2 spaces. So now you should have 5 of those double crochet 3 together clusters. And after you have that last picot finished, we are going to chain 1. And we're going to go to that single crochet from the previous row and place a single crochet. And then chain 1. And we are going to repeat that process until you have gotten to the end. Once you have completed row number 7, you should have something that looks similar to this now. And that wraps it up for part 1 of the Rays of Sunshine wrap. If you do have any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to email me. Again, part number 2 is coming on June 16th of 2023. Now, if you are watching this after June 16th of 2023, part 2 has already been released, which there should be a link either on this video somewhere in the description box or even in the comment section. Again, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to ask me. I hope you guys are enjoying this design as much as I am. And I do want to apologize if there is any mess ups in this design where I had to redo the trim work videos. So if you do find any kind of mishaps in the tutorial itself, feel free to email me so that I can correct it. But I hope you all have a wonderful day, and please stay tuned for part number 2.